How's it going? It's Rocky. It's Monday, March 13th, so welcome to the daily diaries of an average futures trader. This is a content that I try to do in less than 5 minutes just to go through what happened with the market today and how I did. So for today, I'm happy to say that I was able to pull off a decent profit. I had a net profit or rather a gross profit before commissions and fees of $1,462.94. As you can see here, I no longer have a PL open on my swing trade. I had to take a significant loss last week. It was a necessary loss that I had to take just to end the long-term swing that I had, which was a bullish position, just because of the environment that's occurring right now. And if you're curious what I was talking about, if you're following the market, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But essentially, there's been a lot of issues on banking, essentially. So Silicon Valley Bank, as you can tell, was more or less was saved by the feds over the weekend. So basically, your money's insured up to $250,000 after FDIC, but with SVB, most of the folks or businesses that bank there has a cash of over $250,000, so they weren't insured by that, but the feds made sure that they were protected from it. And because of this, there also had issues this morning right when the market opened with First Republic Bank dropping 50%, and then also the article's not here, but Signature Bank in New York started having issues as well. And then JP Morgan was helping liquidity in a lot of these banks. And then basically the Fed again did a new program to help these banks out to make sure the collapse doesn't occur. So because of that environment, that's really one of the main reasons that I decided, okay, we're not going to swing trade. We need to protect our capital a little bit because, like what I mentioned, I lost a significant amount last week. However, the difference this time is I knew how to stop the loss as opposed to letting it continue. And if you're curious exactly what I'm talking about, if you ever go to my channel, I dedicated a playlist just for this. And the playlist is referred to as, I'm scrolling down here, the Wall of Shame Index Futures Trading. So I post all my losses here, except last week. I just couldn't get myself to actually talk about it. But basically, I have blown up my account in the past. This time, the difference is I knew when to stop it and admit that, all right, this is not I needed to adapt. So I needed to pivot, and that's what I essentially did. Okay, so just wanted to go through one of my trades today. This is the micros. So I am sizing down because, like I said, I lost a significant part of my account. And essentially, you can see that we were able to get a gross profit on the MYM of over $1,000. So the reason I'm talking about this specific trade was to remind myself that I don't need to trade the E-mini to make $1,000. That can be achieved by trading the micro. And just gonna go through exactly what that trade looked like for the micro. And you can see here, I'm gonna zoom out a little just so you can see what's happening. So as a reference, this yellow line where it starts is essentially 3 p.m. Pacific Coast in the West Coast. 3 p.m. the Pacific Coast, right when the market opened. You see a lot of activity that occurred there when the market opened. And then essentially towards the top of this, it's around 8:30 Pacific time. And zoom in a little bit more on that one. I was seeing a bit of a resistance, and at that point, market was up over 400 points, and it wasn't technical anymore at this point. I just looked at it as a fundamental play because, with what's happening with all the banks, and again, this low volume because this is during the Asian market, I figured that, all right, I was going to make a short here. So I shorted with 7 micro contracts. So essentially with that one now, 1 micro is 50 cents, so 7 is $3.50 for every move. And this is a long trade. This is one of those where, I had to hold strong to, basically believe in what I thought what would occur. And with this one, you saw it start dipping, and it dipped to 32,260, and basically I left, another 400 points from there, but that's okay because my main goal with this one was to close it before the US market opened, because with volume, a lot of things can happen. So just a little reminder for myself that I don't need to trade the E-mini to be successful. Micros are just fine, just a bigger move, a different way of trading. But again, since I'm sizing down, I'm definitely going to be more careful on my future trading. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the week, on how we did, and hopefully you stay safe out there while trading. It's a very very what do you call that? It's one of those times in the market that will make a lot of millionaires, or will break your account. So be careful out there. All right, y'all have a good one, and see you on the next content.